Hello, everybody. It's the Meista from Brews and Tunes. Cheers. I am very, very excited. Oh, nice. Today, I am chatting with Roby Vitari of MINDWARS fame, also a bunch of other great bands too, but amazing drummer. Roby, thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited to be chatting with you.
Hey, thanks, Victor. Thank you so much for having me this early in the morning. So, I mean, drinking my beer at 11:40, which is very unusual for me because I'm a night guy.
Oh yeah, cheers.
Glass up, cheers up, and thanks for having me again.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. So, why don't we start with kind of what's been going on lately? I know not too long ago, MINDWARS played. You guys played at the Whiskey with Raven, correct?
Yeah, we played Whiskey with Raven. And I can't remember what was it, a couple of months ago. I can't remember the dates. I'm not a good, calendar guy. But yeah, it was a great chance for us because the Raymond that were touring in the Southwest, we had the chance to open for them. The Whiskey in actually the best slot, so the slot right between the before them. So the venue was packed, and it was a great opportunity for us. And band was great. We hung in the backstage. Those are great guys, and mighty Raven, man. I mean, they had history. They wrote some of the greatest pages in the heavy metal history. So it was like, oh my God, are we playing with these legends?
Yeah.
And it was a great show. I repeat, amazing people. And their drummer is amazing. Actually, their current drummer, he played with, I think, Fear Factory, and he's currently in the David Ellefson and Lucid new lineup. He's an amazing drummer. So yeah, it was actually it was the most important show we had after the pandemic, or in the end of the pandemic, if we can call this the end.
Right. Yeah, and you guys hadn't played live for quite some time, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we skipped. Actually, we were supposed to play in Japan in 2020. When this pandemic was happening at that time. It was 2020, and this big festival called True Thrash Festival.
Oh,
I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yeah. I've heard about it. Yeah.
This guy Miki Toshi. He's a great promoter. He's a very diehard fan. He's definitely an excellent person, working 100% for this metal festival that usually takes place every year in Osaka, Japan. And Sacred Reich and Bios were on the bill too.
Oh, cool.
But then, this thing, was starting. So there's some bands, cancel for their personal reasons. And I was crazy because I was in my immigration process at that time. So actually, we were booked for this show. We were so excited, and we bought air tickets, which we lost after. And then I realized, because my lawyer told me that actually I couldn't leave the country because I was in the immigration process.
Oh.
So when you're on the visa and you step from a visa to green card, if you apply for the green card, which is permanent residence in America, you cannot leave the country until you get the green card, because actually your visa expires, so you're illegal.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't know that, and so we were booked for this amazing festival. We really wanted to play, and then I realized this, and we had to cancel. So hopefully, and then the pandemic, so it's another 2 lost years. And then hopefully next year, if the festival will be back, we'll be hopefully on the bill. But let's go back to Raven. Yeah, that was actually the first real show after we call it the end of the pandemic, which is not the end because it's still going, but still a little, yeah.
But at least you guys are able to get out and play live again. And I think you've got some stuff lined up currently, right? You have some shows lined up, or a show lined up? Coming up?
Yeah, we got a show, the Viper, actually on the 29th of January.
Oh, nice.
Still in Hollywood. Yeah, that is it's called Rockin Metal Battle. So it's for local bands that fight each other, musically, of course. And there are different rounds. So 6 bands per night.
Oh, wow.
And that's Southern California leg and Northern California, and then the East Coast and the West Coast. So we're doing this thing on the January 29th with other 6 bands. And our 6 bands, just 2 bands will win that night. And then it will be, you know, the different round to get the final. Anyway, after 3 or 4 steps, which I can remember, the winning band for US will go and to Germany and perform to Wacken next year.
Oh,
no,
cool.
this year. Sorry.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to be back and playing on a stage, you know, with other bands, because we've been too long. Apart and from music, and you know, doing this what do you call quarantine videos.
Yeah.
With you know, recording home, you know, drums and then guitar and bass and then sticking together. I don't like it. I mean, I know we had to because, you know, because of social distancing, whatever. But you know, I think it's a lack of energy and you know, vibration between people. That's what we need. So playing live is okay, like being reborn. Yeah,
I like that term, that vibration between people. That's a cool way to express that.
Of course. I mean, it's you know, it's a two-way vibration. We need it. And then we have another show. It's actually February 27th, if I'm right. Like I repeat, I'm not a calendar guy, so I remember. Sometimes I text Mike, hey man, when is our show? Hey man, it's next week. Oh, okay, let's do it. So I believe it's on February 27th in North Hollywood. That's this nice place called Universal Bar and Grill.
Oh, okay.
Which is very active in the scene. A lot of people, a lot of good bands are playing there. It's a good, you know, melting pot.
Nice.
Which and then we'll see.
Very cool. Very cool. Are there any plans currently to, I know I've got it right here, the last the album, Before Turning, fantastic album, excellent album.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Are there any plans to you guys doing any writing right now? You got any plans for a follow-up album?
So probably you read our minds, because we actually started to demoing some riffs and ideas. I mean, in the last couple of weeks.
Cool.
So yeah,
Very
we
cool.
were on we stopped because there's always, of course, no inspiration after Before Turning. We had, you know, kind of like not stop, but, you know, but just waiting. You know, I don't think it's good to write music when if you're not inspired. You need, you know, some kind of inputs, good or bad, but you need it. And then it's coming back. So Mike's writing new riffs, which is sending over to me, and heading over his place. He's doing a recording studio in his place, in his garage, which is great. And we actually started not demoing, but I mean putting some riffs together and seeing how they work, trying different drum beats. And we got tentative rough songs in the making.
Nice.
But as you said before, it's not easy. It'll be not easy to do something better than Before Turning, because in my opinion, Before Turning is our best album.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. To me, it's MINDWARS' first album. I know Mike hates this, because of course those are our like children. Every song is like having a child. It's like your son. But this album to me is the most representative for the band.
Okay.
And we worked hard in the making with an excellent team. We work with great producers and engineers, and it will be not easy. So when something is very good, you gotta be very careful before releasing new music, because you never know. Maybe you like it, but it's not that great. So I think we'll take another, I don't know, sometimes. We're thinking about EP. I like EPs.
Oh, okay.
Because EPs is less responsibility too. So doing a whole album, you need, 10, 12 songs, 14 songs, which maybe 4 are great, 16, two fillers, but a full, good song EP, like 6 songs or 5 songs, like boom, 30 minutes. It's, wow. I personally, I love EPs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
cool.
we're thinking about maybe 4 or 5 songs and a cover.
Oh, okay.
Non-metal cover.
Oh,
but
wow.
You never know. We start writing. If we had 10 good songs, it'll be an album. If it'll be just 4 and then we're done, it'll be an EP. We'll see.
Nice.
And the good thing is that we recently joined the Bart Gabriel. I don't know if you know him. Bart Gabriel Management from
no,
Poland.
Oh no.
Yeah. He's a manager and producer for band and mastering engineer, and he's got this website and his agency called Bart Gabriel Management, and very active, and we're very honored to start working with him.
Cool.
He's based in Europe, so Poland. So, I mean, there's something in the making.
Nice, very cool. Have you you mentioned doing a non-metal cover? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Would you guys have some ideas, or can you?
We do, but it's still in the making. So
okay,
we got it. Yeah, since we're in democracy, the 4 of us, it's hard, because to find a song that actually everybody in the band likes. So we'll see. Yeah, we got a couple of ideas. Cool. Our bass player Rick, threw a very good song, which currently we like it. And we also have a working title for the album, but which I mean, it's just working, so it's not public, official yet. So
right.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, we're in the writing process.
That's exciting. That's very exciting. Do you have and maybe it's too early at this point, do you guys kind of have a target date of when you want to get something done and released?
No, but usually we release, and that was totally by chance. We just really realized that we release album every 2 years even.
Oh, okay.
So 13, 16, 18, 20. So it could be 2022 if we make it. Yeah. Hopefully, I think it will work. Maybe the end of 22, depends. We got to find out the label too, because with Dissonance in Production, we had 2 album contracts, which is expired with releasing the For Turning. So technically we're on time.
Okay.
And but we'll start writing and then we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah. Hopefully 2022. I don't know. Maybe between 2022 and 2023.
Very cool. That's very exciting. I'm very excited. That's great. Yeah. Like I said, the For Turning was such a killer album.
I know.
I can't wait for more stuff to come out. And I know when I interviewed Mike a few months back, he was kind of debating on, if he even wanted to do anything. He kind of wanted to just play live, and he wasn't sure if he wanted to do another album. But it sounds like
that was a different time. Then he started, and he started doing his recording studio, and I'm helping him out with this, because I owned a recording studio for years in Italy, which and here in California too. And actually a studio where we recorded our first album, all of our albums. So,
okay.
And now I live in a studio now, so I don't have a chance to do a recording studio in my place. A studio apartment.
Right.
So before the pandemic, I sold the gear, so no studio anymore, and he's doing his own studio. And this is a spark. It was a spark to start the fire again.
Cool.
So once you get gear, you got drum set, you got a new console, you got monitors, microphones, bass. You want to play. We started jamming and see what's going on. And the spark came out, and maybe the fire. Yeah, I think the fire is burning. Not big flames, not a blaze, but still, we'll see.
That's good. That's good news. That's good news. Now, I know with kind of before the pandemic, you were active in a couple other bands still, right? You were still doing some work with Head Crasher and Creeping Death, right?
Yeah, actually, I started in 1985.
Okay, with Head Crasher, right?
Yeah, in southern Italy. That was my first band. So I started. Okay, 1985. My first band, Head Crasher. We really released our first demo on tape, and then another 2 demos, and then the first album came out in 1989, and the second album 1989, yes, and the second album 1991, and then the band split for good. I mean, I moved from southern Italy to northern Italy, and different. And I was in different bands. That was a lot of non-metal bands too, like crossover bands like Rage Against the Machine. I was in a band called Cut Faces. We released 2 albums. I was in a band called, of course, Creeping Dead. That was a reunion though. It's Creeping Dead with a historic metal band from Turin, Italy, and they reunited in 2014, and their original drummer, he moved to France. So since they're a friend of mine, I've joined the band for some shows and writing some material. And then I was in another metal band called Jester Beats. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Yeah, that was around that same time, right? Kind of like 20.
Yeah, they released an amazing band in 1980, can't remember, 8 maybe, 87, called Poetical Freak Scream.
Oh, okay.
Which was, a melting pot between Voivod and Accused, Slayer, crazy riffs, amazing drum beats, totally non-lyrical songs, so just no lyrics. Amazing. And those are friends of mine too, and they're united in 2013, and we toured in Southern Europe. We recorded an EP called The Infinite Jest, and that was released I think 2014. And my buddy from Voivod, Away, their drummer, the drummer from Voivod, he redesigned the original Jester Beast logo with a Voivodish.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right on.
Voivodish style. Yeah. And my cat just, I think he's eating something. Maybe it's a bird. I don't know. Oh. Just my cat hanging around in the party. Yeah. So that was another thrash metal band. Then it was different band in Italy. Yeah. And I joined some local bands here too, from some local shows, or like hire gun, to play some shows or recording some, studio stuff, or faking video clips because the drummer quit, kind of like, what do you call, not really being part of a band, but just,
kind of a session musician.
Kind of a section, yeah. I don't want to say, it's like session musician. And then, I worked in a studio for years as a producer and, engineer for bands. Recording in my studio. My studio was called Number 8 Studio.
Number 8?
And it was Number 8.
Okay.
Yeah. In Italy. And then we relocated here in Santa Ana, California, with my partner in business. We were two guys. And, it was great moving out here in 2017, because actually I was in MINDWARS. We started MINDWARS being long distance in 2013.
Right. How did?
And
I was going to ask you and I know I chatted a little bit about this with Mike, but I want your side of like how did you get involved with MINDWARS originally? How did you and Mike connect?
Originally, we connected in 1987.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe he told you that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, back when he was in Holy Terror.
He was touring with Holy Terror with together with Exodus and Nuclear Assault, and I was working for a radio station, interviewing, with cassette tape, interviewing the rock star, and then doing jingles for the radio. Hey, this is Michael from Holy Terror. Thanks for to radio or whatever, things like that. So doing this, so going backstage, hanging out with people. With other musicians. I was a musician myself, so, and when I interviewed them, and actually me and Mike would discover he was original from the same area which I come from. So Southern Italy. So it was like, boom, oh really? Yeah. Then Mike is so friendly, so it was easy to get. And then after 25 years, maybe We reconnected through Facebook.
Oh, okay.
He's convinced that I friended him. I'm convinced that he friended me. Yeah, because I clearly remember I got this pop-up saying Michael Ward uh, friended you, and I go like, what? And I write back right away. I said, is that Michael Ward? And he said, yeah, man, how you doing? He's convinced that
It was the other way around.
But since we're both in our 55, maybe nobody's right. By the way, thanks to Facebook and social media, we reconnect after 25 years. And he was actually out of music scene because he was doing different things in his life, and I was active in the musical look still. So I go like, hey, you're playing blah blah blah, and he goes like, yeah, I got some riffs, but I don't know what to do with it. I go like, yeah, send it over. Like like to me, it was like an idol. You know what I mean? I was a diehard fan. When I said, hey, send me some riff, I was thinking, oh my God, I'm just asking Holy Terror guitarist to send me some riff. It will never happen.
Yeah.
30 minutes later, I got a Dropbox link. And I go like, what? Probably 2 hours later, I laid down drums and sent it over. So it was boom, 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 boom.
Wow.
And then actually we started working long distance. It was great. And we released 3 albums being long distance in 2 different continents.
That's got to be tricky, I would imagine, to some degree.
Yeah. Especially if you, if you never met, because of course I met Mike in 1987, but a part of that we never had the chance to hang. So it was like, I don't know, let's do it. It was just music, like I said, vibration. Right. Those were long distance vibration. and then probably he told you Punishment 18, he was interested in this project because of course it was Holy Terror connection. So we released 2 albums, Punishment 18, The Enemy Within, and Sworn to Secrecy.
Right.
Yeah. And then we went to Dissonance for Do Unto Others and The Fourth Turning. And now I repeat, technically unsigned. So yeah.
Cool. At what point did you decide that you needed to be in America? When it would what was the impetus? What made you decide, oh, I gotta move over there to and pursue this?
I got that input when I was 5 years old, probably.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure I spent a previous life in America. Okay. I was born here. There's many little factors, there's many little details. I never studied English first at school, but come on. And actually I started speaking English when I was 14, 13.
Oh, okay.
Okay, my English is not great, but I call it a sign, right? Mm-hmm. And then when it's strange, you kind of like you visit a place and you go like, this place, it feels like home. I don't know why.
Right.
And that was California to me since when I was a kid. So it was my lifetime dreams.
Okay.
Dream, yeah. So indeed, my first visit to California was in 1989.
Oh, okay.
And remember, I was in San Francisco because I was a thrash metal Bay Area fan.
Oh yeah.
So hanging at the Stone, seeing Exodus, Metallica, Testament, Death Angel, Forbidden, it was great. And then 1991, back to California, to San Francisco for another couple months. And then it was always, spinning in my head. Mm. One day I'll move, one day I'll move, one day I'll move. And then 2017, I moved for good. I had this opportunity because I was a man, but for a European, it's not easy to move out to America.
Yeah.
Like probably it's not easy to move to Australia for an American. There's kind of like, it's not easy to get a green card.
Yeah.
Unless you get married or you get a sponsor. So, and it wasn't, trust me, it wasn't easy, but I'm a musician and artist. So I got an artist visa.
Oh, okay.
which is good because it's self-petitioning visa for a green card. So it was hard, but maybe easier than other visa categories. But back to that. So in 2016, there's this friend of mine who lived in Orange County. You know, he got a room for free. I mean, he got a two rooms apartment, and his roommate left. They go, "Hey, I got a room available. If you want to get it, get it." So we're like, "Wow, that's a sign." So I started the process, and boom. And now it's, I repeat. I mean, it turned 5 years on the 14th of January.
Very cool.
So yeah, I'm proud of it.
Yeah, congratulations. That's exciting. That's cool.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks. And of course, it was a good thing for MINDWARS too. Even if, I mean, yeah, of course, I'm closer to Mike, but since we live in two different counties, sometimes, so you may think that, okay, you live very close, so you hang out, you rehearse a couple times a week. No, that's not happening because we work and so far distance. So it's easier than when I was in Italy, but it's not that easy.
Right.
Because it's still far, and you got here it's pretty much work. So you don't have much time to hang and rehearse but make it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's take me way back in time. How did you originally get started in music? And did you start drumming at first? Were you always a drummer, or did you start other instruments? Like, how did you originally get started in music? Did you come from a musical family?
No. When I was 10, maybe 11. Okay. The real shock happened when I was 3. How old are you?
50.
Okay, so maybe you could remember. In the early 70s, there was this portable 45 RPM record player. Just stick the record, and it was a click, and this thing started playing. And there was a button, eject, just this, and the volume. And it was portable. It was like a Walkman.
Yeah.
It was like an iPod, 90s, 70s iPod with real vinyl. And my parents, they had this little 45 vinyl that was actually Italian producer living in England. That, of course, I was 3. Okay, and this song, it was the same instrumental and vocals, A side and B side, was the same sound basically. This song started with the drum beat. Like this way, and I clearly remember the first time I put the album in the vinyl, the record in the thing. I said, "What is this? What's this?" I mean, you're 3. You don't even know about an instrument.
Right.
What is this? And that was boom, the start.
Wow.
And I started banging, on every, stool, chair, couch. And when I was 13, my parents, they bought my first drum kit.
Nice.
So just drums. Yeah, I play a little guitar, but I'm not a guitarist. Definitely not. I got ear for other instruments, arrangements, structures, like a little musical producing, but I'm not a guitarist or a kid. I'm not even a drummer. I don't call myself a drummer. You know what? I call myself a rhythm drummer, because some drummers, they just sit on the drum, behind the drum, then start doing crazy solos. I can't do that. I need another musician. I can play drums, and this, I don't know, maybe it's kind of language lack. That's what I call it. I need, remember the vibration?
Yeah.
Same thing. I need boom. There's no other musician playing, like, I don't know, a bass line, a guitar lick, or key thing. It's like, okay, yeah, I know, basic exercise, but I don't know what to do. So that's why I call myself a rhythm drummer.
Okay.
Like a rhythm guitarist, no?
Right.
Because I need other people. I can just play with myself.
Gotcha.
And you know what? When I study, I do a lot of exercises, practicing. It's totally different than when you play. So there's three different scenes: practicing, rehearsing with the band, and playing live. Those are three total different things. And it's it's hard to it's different state of mind. That's what I call them.
Right.
When you play live, it's just like it's kind of like being trance. You just like in a different dimension, in a limbo. And when practicing, you gotta be very focused. So you're very on it.
Right.
Yeah. So I think those are different state of mind.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you as far as your drumming goes, are there any specific drummers that when you were a kid and maybe even now too, like anybody that really influenced you as far as your drumming or that you kind of aspire to be? Are there any specific drummers that that really kind of turn you on as far as music goes?
Oh, okay. When I was a kid, I mean, like now, every drummer inspired me. But I mean, the ones I used to love the most were, and still are, Stuart Copeland from the Police.
Yeah.
Because of his crazy flipping out drums on he basically flipped out the beat, because the Police were a punk band, playing on, and he's playing reggae, so he plays off. That's why Police are so like that, because of him. And that's a crazy way it's a different way of thinking drums, and which I like it, and his technique is great. And my favorite, the most favorite, is Buddy Rich, the king of drummers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's Buddy Rich, and that's the rest.
Right.
It's like there's Frank Zappa, and then there's music.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, those are in heaven, and then there's people on earth.
Right.
And then of course John Bonham, Dave Lombardo, of course, a lot of great drummers. I mean, gospel drummers like Carter Beauford or Tony Royster Jr. and so many.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this: I'm inspired by my students too. I teach kids and children, and yeah, some of my students, they're amazing because they think totally different. So I go like, "What are you doing there?" And they teach me. Actually, it's great. It's like an exchange. Me teaching them something, and that which is good. That's the only way possible to me. Reinterpret the thing and think in a different way, and teaching that to me. So it's like an exchange, and which I like. I like it because it's playing. It's like talking. Everybody says the same word, but a different way. Right. That's personality.
Yeah.
That makes a person unique. That's why I can go, "Hey Victor, how are you doing today?" Or "Hey Victor, how are you doing today?" Or "Hey Victor, how are you doing?" That's three different people saying the same thing. That's why we're all different. That's why I love every musician.
Yeah, that kind of unique voice. Yeah.
So I mean, new drummers, back to drummers. I like Matt Garska from Animals Leaders. He's great, amazing. Yeah. And so many of them. So many I can't even.
Oh, so how long have you been teaching? When did you start teaching drumming?
I started 2003, 2005, something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
So originally in Italy, and then now you're doing
in Italy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I started teaching privately, and then I started my own school, which was a branch from an Italian school, which I graduated in California, and then before pandemic shut down for good, for of course obvious reasons. And I like teaching basic and intermediate, not advanced.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, I don't think I'm advanced. And Even if I play something that could be considered advanced, it's always good keeping, keeping it low. I mean, being in the comfort zone.
Gotcha. Well, I would argue against that and say there's some pretty advanced drumming happening right there. In my opinion, there's some pretty amazing stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But advanced drummer to me, it's something that next step. Maybe there's some licks, but prog rock, that's advanced drumming. Like yeah, that to me, and jazz, that's advanced drumming. Latin music, that's advanced drumming. Of course, this is metal. It's there's a rock root. So yeah, actually it's
right.
easy, but you gotta be fast. Especially in thrash metal music, new crazy double bass drummers, they're amazing. But it's relatively simple.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz, Latin, and prog and fusion is not simple.
Yeah, true.
Even play it slow, it's not simple. So that's different routes. I mean, Western guys, I mean, people from, Northern Hemisphere generally were kind of like more from the floor to Latin people. So, I mean, Brazil, Southern America, and they got it in their blood.
Yeah.
So we're more, God, you can do two guitar, but it's the same thing. You just fitted it up.
Right.
So it's a different, it's a different route. That's what I call it.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Now with sorry, you may have said this. So with the Panda, you're currently teaching, right? Or are you?
I got some private students. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, few of them.
Gotcha.
Because the two schools I used to teach and they closed, shut down for good.
Okay.
So I got a couple students which I drive to and teach them home.
Oh, okay.
But my main income now is not music.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that'll change with the with MINDWARS continuing to move forward and.
But we're not the Stones. So even if MINDWARS gone, I mean, it would be always the family band. So it's something, very hard. But I mean, I don't think would never make a career to live with MINDWARS,
right?
Or any, not because we're not good band, but because music scene is, it's not what it used to be in the past.
Right. Yeah. It's
if all the terror didn't split, probably they could be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Anthrax, like Slayer, like one of the unfortunately things.
Definitely one of the foundations of the thrash metal scene at that time.
Wow.
For sure.
Yeah. My favorite in my 10 favorite thrash metal albums, I don't want to say thrash. I want to say album because music is music.
Yeah.
In my favorite top 10 album of all time, there's MINDWARS from Holy Terror.
Cool.
Yeah, because it's music. I mean, I don't call it thrash metal, whatever. I listen to Supertramp, which is one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, me too.
That's my soul band. So my soul, it's in my DNA. Like Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh yeah, great band. Like
Slayer. I mean, I don't care. I like Bjork. I like Faith No More. I like so different Magma. I like Voivod. I like people. So many bands. But in my top 10, MINDWARS got a spot.
Nice.
Death Angel Act 3. Zoetrope, A Life of Crime. I don't know if you remember the album.
Yeah.
And
wow,
man, they always. Wow, you gotta listen to it. You gotta refresh it because man, I was listening to it a couple days ago. Wow. And Blue Oyster Cult. I mean, Supertramp, like I said before. I mean, not a lot of bands. Sabbath, of course. The classics. Not mentioning the classics. And my cat is hanging around.
Well, this has been great talking with you. I'll just leave off with one last
I
question.
forgot this guy.
Oh, the remote. There you go.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you one last thing. So as you know, my page is Brews and Tunes. I pair, mostly metal and hard rock albums with beer.
Yes.
So Robbie, you're hanging out, on a. I know you work a lot, but when you're home hanging out, what beer are you drinking? What album are you spinning? What do you like to relax to?
Okay, beers. I'm a mild beers lover because that's my routine. I got home from work, beer, mild, and of course that when you drink, the alcohol percentage should go like this,
Yeah.
not like this.
Right.
Otherwise, you get. So I start with a mild beer. Stella, Blue Moon, Buena Vesa, 805,
Cool.
Peroni, Sapporo, mild, just to start. Then I drink wine.
Oh, okay.
Red wine, just dining. I'm not a drinker, okay? Just dining, like a good Italian wine or California Cabernet, Pinot, or I don't know. That's we're talking about beers, but
Right.
I mean, I just want to say and then after dinner to digest whiskey or grappa or Jägermeister or something like that. So beers, I like mild beer. I don't like IPAs. I don't like strong beers. I like lagers, German lagers.
Yeah,
of
nice.
course, I do.
Right.
And music. Okay, doing Uber, I listen to music the whole day.
Cool.
So when I got home, no music.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I watch some YouTube videos like live shows by night, different kind of music. I don't know, from Rammstein to I don't know Sepultura to
Cool.
I don't know classic metal to I don't know Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Nice.
And that's a hook. Remember this? Don't forget it. And something, like very in cool. The background. In the background, yeah, gotcha. I got it. Relax, yeah.
Nice. I love
Zeppelin, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Van Halen.
Cool. Feels into everything. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. Very cool. I love Nine Inch Nails. One of my favorite bands.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I love them.
Very cool.
It's there's actually two bands which I would like to join, but it's impossible. It's like a dream, Nine Inch Nails and Placebo.
Placebo. Okay, interesting.
You know Placebo?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I love them. I love 90 Chance. Of course, I love thrash metal. I mean, but those are different kind of rock bands I love.
Nice. Very cool. Well, Robbie, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you so much. And as everybody that's watching this, please take a look in the comments below. There are links to MINDWARS. Please check them out. Amazing band. Really looking forward to hearing the new music that's coming out in the next year or two. This is
hopefully soon.
Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you so much for your time.